letter and messaged it to you, and you don't want to bother to read it. Okay. You'll definitely hear it. How to soundproof a room. The cheapest way to do it's egg cartons. Yeah, they make like things you can like put up against the wall. Yeah, but egg cartons are the easiest way. You can paint them black or white. That's awesome that you got them that fast. It gives me, well, potato will be dead when I move. It was so hot when I got in the car today from leaving the YMCA. I was like, Jesus Christ, how the fuck am I going to do this? I'm just going to like take a picture of $15,000 and keep it in my rearview mirror. I think it's funny that your new landlord was like, the conversation we had was not at all about reality. And you're like, yes, I'm aware. About time to go home and get some more vegetables. Cucumber, egg, and onion salad. In a second, I'll show you what all we've done and what we still need to do. You see the two tables? Paper towel dispenser that Kitten made me get. Anyone talk to her yet today? We've got all this. This is done pretty much. Thank you. Upstairs, we got the. I love this little situation here. This little nook is great. And then I'm sure I showed you my office back here. You can't really see the computer, but there's a computer on an office chair there. Upstairs, pool table. And then I got the pinball machine out here. It might go upstairs though. So I still need couches. I'm going to put like a fire pit and some couches out here with a TV. And I don't know what I'm going to do back here. I might just leave this like it is. I'd like to get some statues and some paintings. Hey, Darth. How are you? I found some black paint. I need more black curtains. I know. My workout at the gym took me 2 hours. It's an hour-long workout. I did indeed do it. Really? I didn't know that. I like to say envelop, because that's what they're doing. They're enveloping. a lot. I only do core stuff. So push-ups, planks, prone curls. Um, I was about to say, don't forget about that spare tire. And a caloric deficit. Caloric deficit's essential. I recommend. I strongly recommend testosterone for body recomposition. I don't know how realistic that is for a female, but I take testosterone and it makes a huge difference in working out. Yes. Yes. Yeah, iron is definitely a good testosterone. Like it keeps your free testosterone. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I can't really do weights because of my back. I have a bad back and a bad knee, and it makes it. Yep. Planks. I hate mountain climbers. Yeah, I'm not like really concerned about my arms so much. And I'm making arm gains that I didn't plan on making. Like, I'm not losing. Go ahead. I'm not losing weight, but I'm definitely gaining muscle and making arm gains for sure. Yeah, I'm doing that for sure. So and holding water weight. So I mean, I know the scale can be a bit of a lie. Like it doesn't. Go ahead. I use a 20 pound. I use a 20 pound slam ball. So it's like a small medicine ball, and then I use an exercise ball for my legs because I have a bad back. I go to the gym. My insurance actually pays for it. Yeah, I have access to all that stuff. It's hard for me to use the machines because of my back. But it's a full gym. It has everything you could think of. Ah, those cost money. Uh, yeah, I have a slip disc, stenosis, and an inverted coccyx. So even sitting is painful, especially if I'm sitting and moving weights, because you know your tailbone is generally two vertebrae that are fused together. Mine are not fused. Mine are not fused together. It's very rare. They have trainers at the gym. I just don't know how much they cost. I'm also pretty dead set on using my workout just because I found a picture of myself 2 years ago, and my immediate goal is to look like that again. So I'm on week 4 of 13 to try and get that look back. I do an hour in the gym 4 days a week, and then I go swimming on Saturdays for an hour because I have knee and back issues, and the pool is great for being able to get some exercise in without any impact. Impact is the issue with my knee. Is impact and squatting. Why did I leave that open? Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty uncoordinated. Yeah, I mean, I try and do that the best I can. Planks. I do here. I do 300 reverse crunches, and then I do 20. I'm sorry, I do 100 prone curls on my stomach with a 20-pound ball. Then I do 100 ball tosses on my back, pushing the ball up and down. I mean, push press outs where I sit against the wall with the 20-pound ball on my chest and then push it out with my arms and hold it. I do 20 of those. I do 30 push-ups and then 2 1-minute planks, and I walk about a mile. I do that 4 days a week. It should take me an hour, but I mean, I did an hour's worth of exercises, but I played on my phone the whole time, so it's okay. But I mean, lifting would definitely help with my arms and chest. Like, I'm not gonna disagree with that at all. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. It's just, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, but I'm like you said, I'm probably doing it wrong. Because if my back's flat on the ground the whole time, it shouldn't hurt my back at all, right? I can bench press just because I've done it with some friends before, but I can really just do the bar. I focus more on reps than weight. I do a lot of reps. I'll definitely get there. I have a friend that bench presses a lot, so I might talk to him some more about it. He goes to the same gym I do. He's actually the one that got me to start going to the gym. I don't know a lot about the benches, so I probably wouldn't even know if they did. For me, I like to focus on reps rather than weight. Like, I started with a 10-pound ball, I'm at a 20-pound ball. At some point, I'll go to a 30-pound ball. I'm not getting back surgery. There's no way I'm not doing it. There's no way I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Really? Really? I, I'm worried they're not going to manage my pain. I don't know enough about the back to know. Oh, do you ever get pins and needles? Like your hands a little bit asleep? I get it all the time. I'm supposed to have a nerve release surgery. Yep. I had a test done where they like sent electrodes up and down both my arms and everything to see, you know, if I actually needed the nerve release surgery. On your wrist? It's a surgery. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hate that thing. It hurts. That was probably interesting. Absolutely. Did you know that chiropractic was invented to cure deafness? It is a 100% true fact. There have been people that have been paralyzed from improper chiropractic. It scares me. That compounded with it, I know it was invented to cure deafness, just makes me wary of the whole practice. The guy that invented chiropractic was a complete quack. I'm not saying that it's that's how it is now or that it doesn't have its place in medicine, but it was invented out of quackery. No, a good example of that is DBT. It was invented for borderline personality disorder, but there's some 13 disorders that it has been shown to help with. It just shows how, you know, it can be designed for one thing but be helpful for other things. It's the best example I can think of. Hi Kendashi, haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Sorry, it was a YouTube. I'm on YouTube. They can't hear you. Don't worry. No, it's not. I'm not saying that at all. It was birthed from quackery. I mean, in a lot of the, there's a lot of now physical therapy exercises that are included in chiropractic. Together, they work together. I think that is also useful. Acupuncture would be cool. Placebo's strong. Placebo has been shown to cure diseases. For some of them, yes. Hey, kitten. I have to give my dog food. What's been most helpful for me with my back is epidural, but my insurance company is now not wanting to do them anymore and they want me to have surgery. And I'm afraid that they're not going to manage my pain post-op. Actually, I know they're not going to manage my pain post-op. Doctors are afraid to practice medicine here because of all the lawsuits. It's just not worth it for them to prescribe pain medication just because it's not worth their license and it's not worth the money. So they just don't do it, and a doctor can have a perfectly, viable career with never prescribing pain meds. Whether or not it's irresponsible is different. I think it's very irresponsible. They're allowing people to be in pain. They know they're in pain, they understand that they're in pain, and they allow them to stay in pain. The only thing that will save me is that I am prescribed opioids now, so those will help. It sucks. Let's see. I do not. I have a very low pain threshold. Really? Ah. I can't squat at all. I can go down, I can't go back up. Yeah, it's a lower back issue. It's from working in restaurants for ever. A lot of people don't know that all restaurant floors are required by government to be slanted. So there's a slight incline on a restaurant floor. So everything drains towards the drain. But over 20 years, making up for that incline with your body takes its toll. That's okay. I get a check. It's more my back than my knee with that one. I have some serious mobility issues in my left knee. I had a surgery in 2014 where they repaired the meniscus. They drilled some holes into my kneecap. They removed some necrotic bone from the back of my knee. And they inserted some pins. A pin and some... Bio screws are really cool. They put in screws, but they're not there anymore because the screws are made from bone, so your body absorbs them. It's really cool. Yeah, bio screws. I was seeing a doctor once, and I was like, yeah, I have screws in my knee. And they were like, you don't have screws in your knee. And I got very scared because I was like, you know, like I had a surgery. They were definitely supposed to do it. And when they told me that it was probably bio screws. Me too. Just because I had a knee surgery that wasn't good. So I'm wary to get a back surgery. I had a bad experience. Yeah, I had wisdom tooth extraction as well. You had your nose taken out when you were 5. A nosectomy? I'm just kidding. This is the house I was just in. Oh, yeah, that has to be extraordinarily painful. I'm sorry. I wish some black curtains would appear in my life. I guess we're sleeping in this house tonight. The dig. Oh no. it's not possible to win the game. But sometimes you win. Every now and then. Makes it worth it. I like that. Goes along the lines of wisdom is knowing that you know nothing at all. It is harder to grasp that you don't know things than it is to grab them that you do know things. For whatever reason in the human mind, we have an aversion to admitting that we're wrong. Most of us. I am probably overly cautious. The game of life. The way to win Zomboid is to die. It is. That's why I like it. I think that's why I like it so much, because it's something that I've figured out pretty well. I mean, without being braggadocious, I would say I'm probably in the top 3% of Zomboid players. It's rare to, like, not a lot of people can make it 13 months. Most people can't make it a week. What's that? Ah. Diablo was a good one. That was a good game. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm the best at all. There are lots of people way better than me. What is that? Damn it, I got it. I should have taken those speakers and stuff. Now I don't know where they are, because I got a guitar now. I know who Laura Croft is, yes. Hi. I told you that I'm not cool. It's that I don't care. Well, I mean, I don't know how I did it then. I don't feel very cool. Well, I appreciate that. I think this guitar on the wall is cool. I play a little guitar in real life, but I'm on the game here. 275. I don't use picks. I do a lot of finger plucking. I'm unsure. I mean, if she's not answering you, probably not. I think she went to go wake her roommate up. To the best of my knowledge. I would like to play a bass. That would be interesting. I've always wanted a 6-string banjo. I mean, not huge. Most of my knowledge of Arabia is Palestinian. I mean, I know about the war and... Well, yeah, Hammurabi and all that. Why can I not turn this on? Oh, because I'm not dragging it. Ollie the Pink? I'm unsure. I would say that probably belongs to Al Jabir. Or wait, he was Palestinian, never mind. My view of the Middle East is very Palestinian centric. That's most of my knowledge about the Middle East comes from Palestine. Just because one of my best friends is Palestinian. From Nablus. You leave. You leave. Sometimes you need to accept invitations that you'll never get. It's like apologies. Sometimes you have to accept apologies that you'll never get. We're not doing great right now. Which is the idea. That's what we're going for. I'm not saying I agree with it, but what the fuck? It's very good advice. It's not impossible. It will be very difficult. the fuck? My advice would be, if you're going to go to school, make sure you go to school to be something. If you're going to go to school to be a nurse, go to school to be a nurse. If you want to go to school to be an engineer, go to school to be an engineer. Just don't go to school just to go to school. Why can I not? Fuck! Sure, if that's what you would like to specialize in. If, like, find out what you're good at and passionate about and triple down on it. Everybody is good at something. That is a hyper focus. Maybe it cannot go this way. I think that's the issue. I go to therapy 6 hours a month. Well, you're never going to find a perfect therapist. There's never going to be... Well, yeah, even... I think that it's almost helpful for you to not get along very well with your therapist. I mean, you should get along and that your goals should be aligned. But I feel like frequently people look for a therapist that they like, that they can be friendly with. And I'm not sure how fruitful that is. Um, not necessary. Go ahead. Well, that's validation. How successful would a therapist be if they were like, you know what, you're batshit crazy, there's no helping you, we're not going to do this. No therapist is ever going to say that. Well, just because you're smart doesn't mean that you don't have behavioral issues that you need to work through. There are lots of intelligent people with behavioral issues. I like to think that I'm one of them. Behavioral issues, to focus on your future, to work on people skills, to work on impulsive behavior, to work on things like validation and, yeah, phobias, irrational things, intrusive thoughts are a big one for me. Well, therapists aren't always doctors. What you're discussing is hyper focus. It's an ADHD trait. You know, all the time. I mean, I don't know the doctors and therapists that you saw enough to make an objective decision. Bye, Zoe. It is unlikely that every doctor is treating you bad objectively. Not impossible. Not impossible. Unlikely. Well, that's the thing about delusions. You don't understand that they're delusions. that can be a dangerous line of thinking. Can be a dangerous line of thinking to think that nobody can help you. It makes it very easy to throw your hands up in the air and say, well, this is just who I am and this can't be improved. I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't know your case intimately, but it could be dangerous. I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, some disorders respond very well to therapy, some do not. Some people... Go ahead. My brother is a sociopath. They can be very dangerous people. Oh my fucking god. That would be a sociopath that has gone through lots of therapy. And sociopaths, unfortunately, are very wary to get therapy because they think that they're right. They think that they're right. And that therapists can't help them because they know everything. Really? I mean, I am borderline. I'm very borderline, and I see a therapist about it. She specializes in borderline personality disorder, though. I, however, do not like this therapist. She is a good therapist. I do not like her. I'm very borderline. I was 38, 35, 38, something like this. I was diagnosed fairly late in life. It's very common for borderline personality disorder to be misdiagnosed or missed completely and just see them as PTSD symptoms is very frequent. My well, no, they're it's about cluster B personality disorders. They're similar. There's borderline personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and I'm forgetting the other one. But there is another one. I'm not sure that's a cluster B. I know for sure it's antisocial, narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and histrionic personality disorder comprise the cluster B personality disorders. They're, not everybody believes in that, but yeah, I'm familiar with the phrase. It can be like you can use them for evil if you'd like, but you don't have to. I always forget about histrionic. I don't know a lot about it. I just know about antisocial personality disorder because my brother was antisocial. My dad was a narcissist. I'm borderline, but I don't know anybody that's histrionic, so I don't have nearly as much. Yeah, I'm not qualified to diagnose you. That is something only a trained medical professional can do. I've never heard that term. No. Yes. It doesn't mean that you can't live a productive life, though. A life in pain can still be a life worth living. Yes. Life can be worth living even in pain. That's why medication can be so important. It can literally save your life. In my opinion. Life is inherently difficult in my opinion. That may just be my That's how borderline personality disorder works. Have you ever met a doctor that you felt was helpful? It sounds like maybe there's something you want to hear from a doctor. What would a doctor that you liked look like? Like, what would that look like? A competent medical professional. What would that look like to you? I'm unfamiliar with the phrase. That could be dangerous as well. Because he tried to treat you with vitamins? You said you were going to tell us a story? If you'd like. I'm aware. I'm unsure how medical stuff works where you are. Frequently here they'll have a nurse or a nurse practitioner screen patients before an MD speaks with them. Okay, so I've been seeing doctors for the last 31 years for behavioral issues, and what you're saying is very unlikely. Yes, doctors really don't like it when you tell them what you have. They like to do that themselves. That's unlikely. It's unlikely. That's more than likely not accurate. If you are going to write off doctors as unhelpful as a whole, you will never get better. Okay. Hi, what's up, Nhex? What do you mean by nutritional supplements? Give an example, please. Sometimes. What's Bill Gates like? But how so? How? In what way? Sounds like it. Sounds accurate. I can see how someone could come to that conclusion. Three. American dollars? American dollars? 300 American dollars to purchase vitamins? It's interesting. How old are you? How old are you? Why do your parents get to decide what doctor you go to? You believe that your parents are both narcissists? The chances of that are so slim. Yeah. Okay, but that doesn't mean that you're not an adult that can make his own decisions. Are you working? Are you working? Are you working somewhere? Why not? So you gave it all of 3 hours. It's gonna you're gonna have to find a job. I mean, is there something like disability in your nation, where the government gives people money if they can no longer work? Well, you're gonna have to find something that you can do. There you go. Make videos. Well, it could provide you some money, which could be helpful. I'm gonna fucking die jumping over stairs and shit. As long as you're not as long as you're not doing something productive, the decisions in your life are going to be made by other people. If you want to take control of your life and make your own decisions, you're going to have to find some variety of vocational exercise. I don't know. You should try to work more. So you tried to work one time for 3 hours at one job? So you had 5 jobs? What were they? I would strongly recommend staying away from the game for kids. You're gonna have to find something. You're gonna have to go to. Have you been to school? School, college, university. College. Why? It sounds like you're refusing to work or go to school, or to try to work or go to school because you've tried it several times and it did not work. Do you know how many jobs I lost before I filed for disability? 30. 30. If you knew what was best for you, you would not be in this situation. That may be outside of the realm of what we're dealing with at the moment. That's a whole different situation. It's going to be very difficult for you to find a meaningful partner in your current state. I mean, I don't know. Both. So you keep saying that lots of things are not an option. What is an option? What are your options? If anything, it creates complex problems. A gym can be useful. I have friends at the gym. Most of them are 70, but I have friends at the gym. And you gave up, and you gave up, and you gave up. So I'm hardly someone to model your life after. We are not doctors. We are your friends, but we cannot help you medically. That's something only a licensed physician can do. That sounds like a very unhealthy relationship. You do have a strong victim mentality. Not to say that you're not a victim. Lots of people have strong victim mentalities because they were victims. If you keep giving up, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to have to go through things that you don't like to get better. No, you don't understand. How many years have you been doing this? You're 23? 3 years. Been in therapy for 31 years. 30 good, I'm 41. I've been in therapy for 31 years. I do know. I've seen lots of psychiatrists. I've seen lots of therapists. I'm not a doctor, but I do know what I'm talking about. That I'm wrong. You're telling me that I'm wrong because you don't like what I'm telling you. Okay. Well, you said your parents have spent... Jim. Sure. I have lots of social interaction at the gym. Yes, it does. It's a way to make human connections. No. It cannot cure them. It can improve them. You can't be cured. There is no cure for bipolar. There's no cure for borderline personality disorder. These are things that you're going to have to deal with for the entirety of your life. And until you take them seriously, nothing is going to get better. And you can say all the... No, I'm talking about human connection. You can meet people at the gym that have similar interests. Well, that would be something that you would work on in therapy. I would recommend dialectical behavioral therapy if at all possible. For the 5th time, there are free resources in the resources channel. It's not true. You need 3 things in life. You need something to look forward to, something to do, and someone to love. These are the 3 things that you need to be happy. Because you're special and unlike everyone else. So you think that you're special and not like anyone else. Well, you say I'm wrong because... Go ahead. That's what you think. It sounds like several physicians do not agree. Today is a new day. Why not? I'm unfamiliar with those drugs. What's the... Do you know the brand name for that? Well, that's about how much BetterHelp costs. And for the 6th time, there are lots of free resources inside the resources channel. I spent lots of time looking for them and creating them. They're valid. Okay, so in the server, there is a channel that's called resources. It has resources for therapy and therapy. Both general borderline personality, or general DBT, as well as EMDR. Just because that is what I need. I found a zombie. Try again. Okay, so you take a quarter off. So you take the quarter off, or the semester off, and you go back next semester. And then you go back next semester, and then maybe you need to take another one off, and then you go back to next semester. You're going to have to see something through to completion for it to help. But, no, no, no. So why are you asking us and all these doctors if you know? It, well, you've told me several times that you do. You've told me that everything that I've told you is wrong. That might not be the worst thing in the world. You don't have a true self. What does that mean? Who who told you that you have this condition? The internet. So it's self-diagnosed. It's not helpful. It's a very dangerous thing. That doesn't matter. You're not a doctor. You didn't go to medical school. You're not a therapist. You didn't finish your graduate degree. You don't get to diagnose yourself. Hey, there's no but. Who? Oh, yeah. Sounds like she needs an alarm clock, but she is also special and unlike anyone else, so she can't use an alarm clock. Right. Like literally every other adult in the world. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want to hear from me? I am listening. You keep telling me what you don't want to hear and what's wrong, but what do you want to hear and what do you feel is correct? How is that working out for you? Maybe you should consider an alternative. Yeah, I can't. You can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. You don't know that you can't because you're not trying. Well, you keep saying that. Everybody's giving you lots of advice from decades of experience, and you continue to tell us that we're wrong. He decided not to take his meds today. Today is a new day. Oh, so it's not time for your dose yet. Or did you just skip them? Okay, we'll make sure when it is time for the dose that you take them. Please. I hear you. I'm not so sure of that. I don't think that Darth here is dealing with any deception. That makes perfect sense to me. No, 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 not everything. I did not say that. I said that most things can be mostly fixed most of the time. Well, there's a big difference between most and all. Per How is that? Go ahead. How do you know? How is how is that different from a victim? Go ahead. Jesus, I'm sorry. Sounds fucking awful. $92, $75, and 0. 90. Give me 1 second. 92. Damn it. 90, 275, and 0. I think it's 90, 275, and 0. 90, 275. Where did the fucking guitar go? 90, 275, 50. You're gonna have to give me a second. 90, 275. Yeah. Why is it not the same? Anything that... I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I also don't know why this guitar is not going on the wall. Fuck it. Yes, I can see that. Okay, you're not listening, so I'm just gonna have to not respond for a while. I apologize. It's very frustrating. Yes. Everything everyone has told you, you just tell us why we're wrong, so what is the point? You have been for several hours. So then you agree that you need to go to therapy and see a psychiatrist? A condition that you have diagnosed yourself. Yeah. Self-diagnosis. Self-diagnosis can be very dangerous. Who diagnosed you as being narcissistic? Who diagnosed you? You did. Okay. 1 second. Where's my phone? It's ringing. I hear it. What the hell? Can everyone hear me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had a phone call. I apologize. Test, test, test. Where am I on playtime? I am real close to my playtime. Yes, David Leo, I am on disability. Oh my god. I can't listen to this for a second. I apologize. Cannot fucking listen to... Cannot listen to her excuses. Dragon tree! Dragon tree! I found a dragon tree. Thank you. Did Hollander leave? No, he's still there. How are you, Names? How's your day? Anything you had to do today? What meds you taking there? I understand that one. I know one of those. I know about, when you say gabapentin, pregabalin. Point Man loves pregabalin. How long have you been taking it? So you were without it for a while? Gotcha. Tell them, like, just because you don't support it doesn't mean that it works. Doesn't work. Well, don't take it for more than 2 weeks. There's a pain medication that does that. I cannot think of its fucking name. Toradol. Toradol, they'll only prescribe a couple pills at a time because it's so bad on your liver. It's like the strongest non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug that there is. It's like super Tylenol. And that shit works. They give it to football players and stuff on the side of the field because it's not controlled. Not sure if I like the way that this looks. The dig. Da bears. Ah! Okay, everybody on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You have a fantastic day. I will most certainly be on later. I love you. Bye.